Hi, I'm Joshua Kizito, a researcher on African culture. Today we're going to talk about the revelation on souls. Souls are kept in a spiritual center. In the spiritual center, they are sub-governed by what is called a council of souls. The constituent of the council of souls has got four parts. The first one is the sense part. That's responsible for the wisdom, the knowledge, and the intellect. It helps any living soul or living being in taking decisions. The second part is the spirit part. That is responsible for the genetic composition of the soul. It could be genetic composition of a living plant. It could be the genetic spiritual composition a living person. It could be the genetic living composition of any living being or living species. The third part is one which is the internal life. It's that part of power that gives any living soul the right to live, or call it the grant of life or the gift of life. The fourth part is the inner person part. That is the one that acts as a carrier. All the other three constituents, that's the sense, the spirit, the internal life, are carried by the fourth part, which is the ghost, which is called Kizito, a living being. It could be a plant, it could be an animal, or it could be any living species. The soul is driven by a combustive power, or call it an energy. That's called a driving force, which we'd call Almighty Provider Energy. The soul in its full entity is accompanied by another part, which is the demonic or satanic. Its role is to play a detective role, call it intelligence, to detect if a soul or a given soul can withstand any temptation. Upon transition from life to death, the sense part stays as a conveyance in between. It's suspended within space to provide a link between the physical body and the spiritual world, call it eternity. The spiritual part stays with the physical body. Its role is to play custodial or patronage duties to look after its lineage. The third part, which is the internal part, that goes back to eternity with all the recordings of the activities that have been taking place while on Earth or any other planet. Since it's the life part, it's the one that closes all the existence of a living being. As such, is no longer life. The fourth part, which is the inner being, or call it the inner person, is the one that goes back into eternity for judgment on its execution of messianic duties while on Earth or any given planet. Upon good judgment, the soul could be sent back to the spiritual center until when it is needed, or else it could be transformed into other forms of spirits, you'd call it a promotion. It could be promotion into sub-angels. It could be promotion into real angels, depending where required. Alternatively, if eternity is not satisfied and it still requires that soul to perform other duties, it's sent back to Earth. If it finds the body still there, maybe before burial, that is what is called resurrection. If it comes back within a person's line or within a person's lineage, that is what is called being born again. However, it could be sent back into a living being who's outside the lineage of the deceased. Alternatively, if there is poor performance or if there is evil acts, the soul is condemned, and this is what happens. It's either sent to hell or it could face a fate which is called condemnation transfer. Condemnation transfer is when the soul is sent to an alienic planet to carry out other duties. If an alienic spirit or soul which has been condemned is sent back to earth, or if a soul which has been on earth is sent to an alienic planet, that is what we term as a condemnation transfer. It is those souls that are facing the fate of a condemnation transfer, that's those souls that are awaiting judgment, that convey themselves unto living beings to perform terrible acts. Since these souls are partly responsible for influencing living beings to perform terrible acts, even determining the level of criminality becomes difficult. Even determining or taking judgment on court cases becomes terribly difficult. There is therefore a need for scientific and spiritual intervention. We have done a lot of research in this field, and we've done a lot of writes-up in the field. If you want to have a further read, you can go onto our website, which is www.ugandahistory.com.